1, 2, 3, 4.
A common thread unites us here in the heartland. It flows through all of us like notes on a page, linking generations, jumping over racial lines and social discourse. It is a thread that is woven from the banks of the Mississippi to the Central Plains, back to the banks of the Missouri, and through the corners of the Boot Heel. For generations, the common thread of music has shaped our lives and told our stories. And until recently, the long and eclectic archive of audio history has almost largely been unnoticed. Founded in 2009, the Missouri Music Hall of Fame is a 501c3 nonprofit organization whose primary goal is simple: representing those significant to the state of Missouri through music, preserve the ever-changing face of Missouri music, promote and nurture a dialogue and cooperation between musicians, tourism, and Missouri citizens, promote Missouri to others around the country and around the world, and do it all in a friendly, educational, and accessible way. It is a daunting task, but one born out of the need to not let the past be forgotten, and one, through the timeless nature of music, provides a central forum and a focal point of art, history, and the future of communications. Like any reliable foundation, great care and time has been dedicated to the construction of the Missouri Music Hall of Fame, legally securing that name and formatting the goals to a certainty before the arenas of mass promotion and public displays of artifacts became an issue. With its main office and operations out of 2603 Frederick Avenue in St. Joseph, the foundation shares its physical space with the St. Joseph Music Foundation. It is a partnership that has yielded a number of successful events, including Trivia Night benefits, community outreach, and the annual JoeStock Music Festival that celebrates its third year in 2012 at the historic Phil Welch Stadium. It was in 2010 on the stages of JoeStock that the Missouri Music Hall of Fame inducted the first of Lifetime Achievement Awards, starting with the Northwest Missouri icon, the late Bill Foster, concert promoter, TV host of the trend-setting program called Let's Dance, and colleague of Dick Clark's American Bandstand Machine. It was in that same year that the light shined on a living music legend, Bugsy Malve, who fortified the Paul Butterfield Blues Band, added flavor to Will Pickett's live performances, shared stage work with Janis Joplin, Peter, Paul and Mary, and Jimi Hendrix, just to name a few. It was a year later in 2011 that venues took the focus as Kansas City's Cowtown Ballroom took honors in the Hall of Fame canon alongside pioneers of the 1970s singer-songwriter movement, Brewer and Shipley. And even as the Hall of Fame continues to honor diversity, paying homage to regional icons who are still hitting the road 50 years in the business, we have only scratched the surface. Still to be recognized, members of the jazz movement of Kansas City and St. Louis, names like Charlie Parker and St. Joe's very own Coleman Hawkins. The gospel influence of the Mississippi Delta regions with names like Brother Joe May.
Oh, you're gonna need him, you're gonna need him, you're gonna need him after a while. You're gonna need him, you're gonna need him after a while. Oh, you're gonna need him, you're gonna need him, you're gonna need him after a while. I know that
The roots music of Southwest Missouri, where the Presleys and the Baldnobbers built musical dynasties, and names like Red Foley ruled the airwaves.
Now when that fireman started ringing the bell, everybody along like the bell.
Not to mention the additions of modern icons, including the work of Burt Bacharach.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will be turning red, crying out for me.
The roots work of St. Louis's very own rock legend Chuck Berry. Plus the work of today's influential artists that are spearheading musical artists into the digital age.
All I wanna do is have a little fun before I die. Sits a man next to me out of nowhere.
It is the ultimate goal to keep the festival admission free. to keep the festival's pure nature of using music as a tool for arts education accessible for all. How do we do that? This year, we are proudly raffling a brand new acoustic electric guitar, a 410 CE limited edition produced by Taylor, valued between $2,800 and $3,000. Raffle tickets are only $2, and there is no limit to how many times one can enter. It covers a small percentage of our enormous production overhead, but as we are growing with bigger international names, it's simply not enough. We are in a transitional year. The idea of making it up as we go along does not simply fit with our audience's expectations of the size of such an event. As a sneak peek of this year's Missouri Music Hall of Fame inductees, the legendary work and craft of ragtime maestro Scott Joplin will be canonized among others. His international step on American music will certainly garner international attention for our festival. And growing international attention from legendary live acts, people like Chuck Berry, Sheryl Crow, and even hometown music icons like Steve Walsh from the band Kansas, require a level of support needed to bring the quality of their performance for future shows. There is far less overhead for this event than other events of this scale. The music is central, the community is central, and because of this, a charitable organization project like this can focus on the event presentation and do it all at a modest financial level. You can help weave this tapestry born out of our common musical thread. You can help us make a difference by being an important part of our growing cultural heritage. You can help shine a light in our community and shape the artistic historical community on a local, regional, national, and yes, international level. We thank you for all your support and appreciate a future for the St. Joseph Music Foundation and the Missouri Music Hall of Fame.